just to take the opportunity of my being here in New York to update you on the situation in the Gaza Strip. We're now coming close to the third year of the closure, blockade, whatever is the correct term, of the Gaza Strip. And this, of course, also is coming up to 18 months since the last round of conflict, which wreaked such devastation on the Strip itself. The humanitarian plight of the people is exactly as you might expect. It's bewilderingly difficult for them on a daily basis. It's a struggle to survive. The infrastructure of water and sanitation is in a state of collapse, and all that goes with that. There is no legitimate economy anymore, and nor is there any prospect of a restoration of the legitimate economy, because there's no commercial trade into or out of the Gaza Strip. Then, of course, we also know that that leads to the impoverishment of the people, and the physical suffering continues for so many on a daily basis. Not just physical suffering, but then psychological suffering, because again, people are at their wits' end to understand when all of this will come to an end. Now, there have been some positive developments recently, and we welcome that very much. We must all seize upon every positive opportunity and realise, of course, that not just what it does in terms of the physical relief, but also the psychological relief, to see something positive happening. Now, I also want to make sure that we all discharge our duty to reflect correctly the scale of those recent positive developments, because I think it was best stated by the Secretary-General himself on a recent visit, and that is that the increases in access are a drop in the bucket. A drop in the bucket, of course, is not a half-full glass. And it's, again, I think important that we take a moment to reflect on why the Secretary-General would characterise the recent developments as a drop in the bucket. Because the context is so great, the scale of the need is so large. There's been a conference last year in Sharm el-Sheikh, which we all recall, which put a price tag on the reconstruction, the recovery and reconstruction of Gaza at $4.5 billion. That's $4.5 billion at the moment of despair and misery, until such time as that recovery and reconstruction gets underway. The easing, as it has been referred to in the last couple of weeks, whereby some supplies of wood and some supplies of clothing and aluminium have been allowed in, are very welcome. Welcome not just for the physical impact that they have, even though it is quite insignificant in the larger scale, but for the psychological impact that it has, that it's a first positive step, and secondly, for the practical proof that it provides that it can be done. So if we can have 25 truckloads of aluminium a month, then why not 50? And if you can have 50, why not 100? And so on. The arguments that have been put forward to in some way excuse this blockade or siege or whatever we call it are now being, of course, undermined by these positive developments, because, again, it is now demonstrated that there are ways of overcoming the security challenges, and that's what we want to build on now. We want to capitalise on what is now the possible and expand it to the maximum extent, keeping everything, as I say, very much in context as we move forward, and realising the urgency of getting momentum going here. This should be about the people. We've said many times before, it's time to put the people before the politics. If we do prioritise the people, if we do focus on the needs of the people, in many of our views, that will make the politics easier moving forward. Ignore the people, abandon the people, leave the people to despair and desperation, and that will make the politics more difficult going forward. Our preoccupation at UNRWA right now, today, is the registration for the next school year, because we are not able to accommodate thousands of children who are seeking a United Nations education, who, by UN resolution, have a right to a United Nations education. All refugees in Gaza have a right to a United Nations education through the UNRWA schools. That's an apolitical, non-political education. It's a human rights-based education. It's in violence-free schools. It's about not just academic development, it's about the development of positive values, it's a development of positive mindsets. The parents of Gaza are voting overwhelmingly to choose to exercise that right, to have their children insulated and protected from the destructive influences of their environment, and they are demanding of us to accommodate their children in our schools. We have not been allowed to build a school in Gaza for 3 years. There is no proposal on the table at the moment in terms of the prospect of there being an approval to build a school at the moment. This is our preoccupation. We need to move beyond a truck for this and a truck for that. We need to move now to addressing the urgent needs, and for us at UNRWA, that starts with the schools to accommodate the children that are seeking to enrol in UNRWA schools for the next school year. We have at the moment thousands who we cannot accommodate, and that only way to accommodate them is to get the constructions of schools underway now. And again, we have no credibility with the population to tell them, as the United Nations, that we can't do it. They expect us to find the way to mobilise the support that is needed by whatever means and in whatever way to discharge our responsibility to the children. It matters not just to them, of course, it matters to all in the region, how the children are educated, how they develop, what type of human beings they develop to be, and it matters to us in the international community as well. So again, the motivation is there, the incentive is there, the need is there, but of course the solutions are not as yet. And again, that's the focus and our preoccupation at the moment, in addition, of course, to all the other elements and dimensions of the recovery and reconstruction of the Gaza Strip. Thank you.